As you notice, there are quite a few mandatory and optional provisions, and each of them has its own relationship with the policy. The provisions range from those that deal with timeframes, such as grace periods, free looks, claims requirements, and proof of loss. You also learned what occurs in the event a person is covered by more than one policy. Remember, a person can't profit due to an insurance loss. Instead, multiple carriers will coordinate payments to make sure the insured doesn't receive more than the actual claim amount. Other provisions deal with issues such as age or gender misrepresentations and how an insurer will treat these discrepancies. Remember, age and gender misstatements won't allow the carrier to cancel a policy. They only allow the insurer to adjust either the premium or benefits paid for a loss. Cancellation provisions were also discussed, and how a policy will automatically conform to state law if the policy doesn't meet minimum qualifications. Finally, we'll take a look at how insurers view losses associated with intoxicants and narcotics. The next section of the lesson will look at more provisions and then delve into some of the more important clauses found in health insurance policies. We'll start with the insuring statement, which is the carrier's agreement to provide the benefits afforded in the policy. We'll then progress into truly important issues that must be explained and discussed with clients. These include right to examine or free look provisions, which give a consumer a period of time to review a newly issued policy and decide whether to keep it or return it and be refunded the paid premiums. Diligent agents will take the time to talk with their customers about topics like premium payments, probationary and elimination periods associated with medical and disability policies, and an important addition to the policy, the waiver of premium rider. We're also going to take a close look at exclusions found in these policies, and they're significant. The Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act altered the health insurance landscape dramatically, and we'll look at how it affected things like maternity and pregnancy benefits, pre-existing conditions, and how grandfathered plans are treated, completely different than modern plans under the ACA. Coinsurance and medical expense policy periods will also be studied. A note here, for those who have a property and casualty license, coinsurance and health insurance is a completely different idea. It's important that you fully understand how things like deductibles and coinsurance can affect coverage and the amount of money the insured and the carrier will pay on a covered claim. We'll compare coinsurance to co-payments and make sure you feel comfortable with the difference. There's also material regarding what happens if a person is no longer eligible for their health insurance plan. This might be when a person loses their job or when a family member ages out and is no longer eligible for coverage under the family policy. The lesson continues by looking at a few specific riders that may be added to a policy. The lesson will conclude with a discussion on rights of renewability for medical expenses and other health insurance policies. You'll see that due to the ACA and state laws, it's difficult for an insurance company to cancel a policy these days for reasons other than non-payment. Cancellation procedures are heavily regulated by federal law for ACA policies, and just as regulated by individual states. An insured can cancel a policy at any time, but an insurance company is under a very strict set of laws and rules that govern how a carrier may cancel a contract.